state government has commenced another competency test for 35,000 primary school teachers as part of efforts to ensure quality teaching and learning in basic schools across the state. This comes almost 4 years after it conducted a similar exercise that led to the dismissal of 22,000 unqualified teachers and recruitment of 25,000 qualified ones. Speaking at the commencement of the computer-based test, CBT, held in 3 different centers, the chairman of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Tijani Abdullahi, said the competency test was not to sack any teacher, but to identify gaps in the subject areas for proposed training and retaining of those teachers. Abdullahi told journalists that the teachers in the state would see the difference in the approach of the testing. Back here, AKWA State Polytechnic AKWA-POLY has suspended the registrar of the institution, Dr. Mirinda, over alleged gross misconduct in its avowed determination to fight corruption, sanitize the institution, and maintain the highest educational standard. A statement signed by the Polytechnic's Deputy Registrar of Public Relations, Gloria Udodom, says the registrar's suspension followed the report of the committee on the review of the issuance of statement of results / certificates for supposed graduates of the defunct Distance Learning Center of AKWA State Polytechnic AKWA-POLY from 2009 to 2013, where a prima facie case of serious misconduct was established against the registrar / secretary of the council, Dr. Nda. According to Udodom, the decision to suspend the registrar was approved by the Polytechnic's Governing Council in its 10th regular meeting of the 7th of December 2021. Similarly, the Governing Council has approved Imi Ebong, who is the next most senior Deputy Registrar of the Polytechnic, to oversee the duties of the registrar / secretary to the council till further notice. In Africa, South Africa's parliament has failed to secure 2/3 majority in its needed to amend the constitution to pave way for land exploration without compensation. During a debate, ruling African National Congress ANC party member Matole Motsoega, who chaired the committee that drafted the bill, said the parliament had the opportunity to address a crime against African humanity and dispossession of land. 2 main opposition parties, the Economic Freedom Fighters EFF and the Democratic Alliance DA, did not support the amendment. EFF leader Julius Malema said the process was a complete failure because the ANC introduced a nil compensation clause, which was not what the party wanted, while the DA said the amendment would be in detriment of South Africa. The country's white minority is believed to have a disproportionate holding over land, with a few thousand white commercial farmers possessing the most fertile land. However, critics fear exploitation would lead to land grabs, as happened in neighboring country Zimbabwe. On the foreign scene, the United States says it is preparing robust responses over fears of a Russian invasion of Ukraine after President Joe Biden's rare talks with Vladimir Putin. U.S. authorities said Biden voiced deep concerns over Russia's troop build-ups and threatened strong economic and other measures in a video link. On its part, Russia has said it would not attack Ukraine. Putin, however, accused Ukraine of provocation and sought guarantees against eastward NATO expansion and deployment of offensive weapons close to Russia. Elsewhere, there is growing desperation for girls in Afghanistan as they continue to be excluded from school more than 3 months after the Taliban's takeover. In a statement with newsmen, teenage schoolgirls say they did nothing but sit at home. Reports say interaction with students and head teachers in 13 provinces